Out to Lunch with Kevin D and Rochley.
Well, joining us this afternoon, as we mentioned, Niels Fosu from NKRacing. Good afternoon, Niels. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Fine, and you? Hi, Kevin. Hi, Rochley.
It's actually quite weird for me to say good afternoon to you. Long story short, which you probably didn't know.
I don't know. Is there some partnership between
Yes,
the two of you?
there is. We both race together. I do the navigation and Niels is my driver. I hate it when people say, who's Niels now? I say, no, he's my driver. It sounds like one of those limo type things.
Yeah,
It ain't a limo. It ain't a limo. So, NKRacing happening this weekend. We've got the Fonutains Mall, which is happening in Jeffreys Bay, which is going to be phenomenal. Part of our Go Rally Club. All I'm going to ask is the car ready? That's all I'm worried about.
Well, the car's ready. Are you ready, Kevin? Yeah.
I am. But obviously it's been quite a year of racing and stuff like that. I know it's been quite a year for us, especially with the fact that with BayFM being on board and helping us out with the sponsorship and that. But our second last race of the season.
Yes, it starts in Jeffreys at the Fonutains Mall Saturday morning. Looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Check the weather. It looks like the rain's going to give us a chance to have a dry one for a change. And looking forward to it. It's going to be very, very nice.
And also, I think we've got 5 stages of task stages. I should be knowing these things because I'm the guy that actually... Let me explain to Rosh how it works. Me being the navigator, I do all the paperwork.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Is how do you drive with him, or where
Yes,
are
no,
you?
I sit in the boot. And
Wow.
No, I don't. I sit next to him in the passenger seat, and what
Okay.
happens is I do all the paperwork before the event, of which I make sure I have everything ready. For example, like where the service park is, where we
Okay.
need to go. We have road books, which is getting from point A to point B, which is stages, like
Okay.
stage 1 and stage 2. And then I also do things like read pace notes, which is the notes that actually tells him how to drive. Because remember,
Okay.
he drives according to what I tell him.
Oh
He's
gosh,
like my wife.
Yeah.
Tells me how
Wow.
to drive.
that's what I wanted to say. I mean, that could be a tough one because you driving, and what if you feel that you should be doing something else or a particular, I don't know, move? Would I say?
You can say.
And then how do you know that he's actually? How do you guys work it out? Because I mean, he might be seeing a different vision, and you might be seeing something else.
That's a whole dynamic that rally's got in the sport that no other motorsport
Okay.
has. And that's very important because there's a relationship and a trust
Okay.
that's got to be built. If he says something and it's not as he says it, I'm going to do the wrong move, as you put
Yeah.
it. And we're going to end up in trouble. Or if I don't listen to what he says and I do the wrong move, also same result.
Same result.
There's a trust and it's a team effort to get the car the fastest from point A to B.
Give you an example. About 2 years ago, we actually rolled the car. We had an accident, and it was because of a wrong call. There was partly a wrong call. We also had mechanical failures. But what happens is I would call, for example, left 4, which is the degree of the turn,
Okay.
tightens, so it gets a little bit tighter, into the next turn, which could be a right 2, C300, which is 300 meters, and that's how I would call the different calls, and then he would know accordingly. We get DVDs and stuff like that to go over the course,
Okay.
and then on a Saturday night we get together. I normally go to his place, like I'll be doing this Friday. We actually have a good braai, good fill of drinks.
Oh gosh.
We drink Coke. That's all we drink. We don't drink before the race. We're very health conscious, the both of us. And then we actually go, and I'm lying, Rochley. And then we go and
I
actually
know
sit
that.
and
That's why
we
I'm just quiet.
and we actually go through the DVDs. We go through the DVDs together, and he actually will tell me, look, rather make a change. Because remember, his driving style isn't according to what I call. He could be a late breaker when it comes to a turn,
Okay.
which is at a lot of times he breaks very late, where others will break way before. So the whole idea is to get between point A, stage 1 and stage 2, the quickest time.
Nice.
So
Okay,
that's
so
how it
now
works,
I
yeah.
understand what is going on because I knew that Kevin was racing and all of that, and I didn't understand. I thought it was just normal Fast and Furious racing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is completely different.
Totally different.
Is there a lot of people that come to this event to watch you guys?
Yes, Rochley, there's huge interests from world level, the WRC, down to what we call club level, which we're doing here.
Okay.
And obviously the Fonutains Mall Rally is one of the bigger ones. Like Kevin said, there's stages in the Fonutains Mall parking area there. People come down Saturday morning, watch us do a few stages there, and then we go out and do some gravel stuff around Jeffreys Bay. And lots of people spectating, and we're about, I think, 21, 22 entries this coming rally. So it's grown, and it keeps growing, and it's very healthy, the sport in the Eastern Cape at the moment.
And when it comes to the car, I just want to know, is it your normal little car, your little Avio driving, or do you take the back seats out and do the whole racing thing?
No, it's proper race cars.
Okay.
The one we're driving in the NKRacing team, we've got two. It's a Nissan Sentra, which me and Kevin's operating, and then Jan Vosloo and Ria Viljoen is in the little Toyota Yaris, which is 1300. Different classes, obviously. We don't compete directly, the 2 liters in the 1300s.
Okay.
But it's proper race cars, back seats out. It's got the scaffolding in the back, everything. So
basically the whole car gets stripped to the bare metal.
Ask Kevin, he had to sand it.
I had to sand a lot of doors and
I understand why you have to do that, because I can imagine all that things inside could create pressure and could slow you guys down.
It's all to do with weight, all to do with weight. Same with
weight
me.
And strength. I mean, we weld a lot of strengthening plates and stuff in the car, because there's obviously the forces on the car is a lot more and a lot bigger than in a normal road car.
And when it comes to racing, I know that it's a male-dominated field.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any females that are interested in racing? Do they actually race?
Yes, they definitely do. Like I said, Jan Vosloo's navigator in the NKRacing team is a female. It's Ria Viljoen.
Oh, okay.
And there's a few other navigators. Her sister, Johanne Viljoen, is there. Roxanne Bartel. Anza Miller is in an all-female car with her driver, Melissa Heyman. And I think Megan Hein is also a driver in a Polo. So there's a lot of. I hope I haven't left out one of the girls, but there's lots of girls, and it's growing. Definitely growing all the time.
And the thing with racing is that we don't see it as a male-dominating sport. We actually encourage women to get involved, to get part of it. So it is important that people realize that it's not a male-dominating sport. There's a well-known woman by the name of Christy. I'm trying to think of the surname. She's actually from Britain, who races in the top race, which is the WRC, which is the World Rally Championships. And she actually raced for the first time about probably 4 months ago. And she's phenomenal. She actually won her championships in Britain.
Cool.
So
her husband can't say she can't drive. Not at all.
No,
because some guys, when they're driving, they think that females can't drive at all.
Correct. So and a lot goes into it, obviously, without sponsorships, which Niels will also mention a few of the sponsorships that we got involved with as well, which help us. One of them being BayFM. Awesome to BayFM getting on board and sponsoring us. They'll see we're rewriting the BayFM colours. We've got the branding on the car, so people can see who the NKRacing is. I mean, there's also Group 1 Nissan, which is Kobus and Andre from Group 1 Nissan in Uitenhage, who are our sponsors. We've got a team actually that are our mechanics who actually help us travel with us, which is awesome. I know you've got some others there that are pretty helpful as well.
Yeah, it's lots, and like Kevin said, without these guys we can't do it. It's obviously there's a lot of financial strain on a sport like that. Tiger Wheel and Tire, they're right next to the Fonutains Mall there. They do all our tires and balancing and setup for us. The juice we use with the fuel, NF Octane. BayFM, obviously, huge contribution helping us with the marketing and media side. Midas in Jeffreys, Humansdorp. They just to mention one thing, we're trying out new brake pads this coming rally that they supplied for us. Kevin said braking late, so maybe this works better and we can brake a bit later still.
The right place to tell me while I'm on air. Thank you.
Yeah, Bright Sparks, Darren do all the signage for us. Awesome. Brothers Automotive. And then this coming rally, also on board now with the Yaris. Like I said, there's two cars. Toyota Humansdorp, they're helping us with the Yaris, the same as the Group 1 guys are doing for the Nissan. Awesome to have them with us. And then Gearbox and Diff Center and GMP Motorsport. Old Graham Bishop down there in Commercial Road always helps us with advice, and he helped us with the shocks and the setup.
Cool.
If anybody ever wants any work done on a motorsport car, that's the place to go. He knows his stuff.
He's the dude that builds racing cars.
Yeah, he does it for a living. So
yes. He's brilliant.
Right.
But so it's happening Saturday. Time start, I think, I haven't got all the notes in me, but I know time start is
I'll ask my navigator, Kevin.
It's around about 9 o'clock, so we can be down at 9 o'clock. We are racing 5 events in the actual shopping centre in the parking lot. There's 5 tar stages, which are going to be phenomenal. And then obviously the tar stages, which are also going to be out in the outskirts of Jeffreys, and there will be availability of information on Algoa Rally Club.
Yes, Algoa Rallyclub.co.za, or people can go NKRacing.co.za and you can take it from there. Like Kevin said, the gravel stages out towards Hunky. Spekboom Lapa is the point where people can go and spectate. They've got a nice deck there, and we start there right next to the Lapa. Have a beer and check the cars moving off into the distance there.
Correct. But I'm going to say thanks, Niels. Thanks for joining me.
Niels.
Thanks very much, you guys.
I have goosebumps for you guys because, I mean, it must be amazing. I get goosebumps when I watch Fast and the Furious. So this is going to be even way more furious for me.
This is what I can tell you. You can go deep now if you want to go deep.
Thank you so much, Niels, for joining us.
Thanks. We'll see you there Saturday.
Yes.
Cool. Bye.
Out to lunch with Kevin D and Rochley.